I'm training you to attack cats and I find one sitting in your bed right next to you. I don't think this is working out very well. Say goodbye, YouTube. We're at our garage and test facility, so let's open the door and see what we're rolling out today. A 2018 Toyota RAV, it looks like. This is the more economical hybrid version. Has the hybrid emblems all over the vehicle, so your neighbors will know you're trying to save the planet by driving a fuel-efficient car. This particular unit is very attractive, mainly because of this excellent metallic blue paint. Really sharp looking, got a lot of attention from onlookers. But Toyota wants us to call this electric storm blue. They always invent these crazy names. As you can see here, it's made in Japan, not here in the United States for those who care. The base price of a gasoline RAV starts around $24,000. The one I had about 8 months ago was loaded with everything, around $30,000. And this one also was loaded with everything. I kind of gathered as such when I saw this nice tan leather interior. About as sharp looking on the inside as outside. Very sharp looking, but we'll get to that later. With that $2,700 advanced technology package, no wonder the price went up. Here's all the stuff you get. Yet they have the audacity to charge you an extra $90 for a cover. Come on, guys. Spending all this money, shouldn't that be standard? As we do in all of our videos, we're going to take these headlights out so they perform in the dark. One tiny little bulb in there should be interesting. It's dark enough. Let's check out these headlights and see what they do. Here we have the low beams on a building 100 feet away. Plenty of light, decent height. Go to high beam. Looks pretty good thus far. Here we have the brights on a building 300 feet away. Plenty of light, good widespread. Go to low beam. Reaches out far enough, more than adequate for city driving. I'd say the headlights pass, no complaints from me. The standard gasoline engine in the RAV is rated at 22 in the city, 28 on the highway, and 25 mpg overall. Says so right on the price sticker I had on the vehicle I tested about 8 months ago. In the real world, I got 19 city and 26 to 27 on the highway. The optional hybrid Synergy drive, as seen here, with all the orange multi-million volt cables you don't want to touch unless you want to get it fried. Here you go, 34 city, 30 highway, 32 overall. Great mileage if you can get it. The hybrid RAV I drove last year got 27 city, 27 highway, 27 mixed overall, straight across the board. But we're driving cooler weather now in November. Hybrids like cooler weather, so we might do better. So stay tuned if you want to see the real world fuel economy, not the fake figures that other YouTubers give. So let's go to the cabin and see what we're getting for our 36 grand. As I mentioned before, very nice leather interior. I'm very impressed with the large glove box. Lots of room in there if you take out all those owner's manuals anyway and stick them in the trunk where they belong. You're not going to read them anyway, right? Climate controls are very easy to use. A well-designed gauge cluster with an information pod in between. Large buttons, great if you're using gloves. More down here. This is what I like. A good old-fashioned manual emergency brake, not that electronic garbage. Thank you, Toyota. There's a button to disconnect the auto-dimming mirror, handy when driving at night in heavy city traffic. The sun visors fold and extend to block out the sun on a hot day. Toyota's learning. Used to be they didn't do this. The bodywork under the door, well designed. Not overly thick, no dirt shelf to get your pants dirty. This is listed as a 5-passenger, but like most vehicles in this size bracket, really 4 passengers, 2 in the front, 2 adults in the rear. Unless you're over 6 feet tall, you will not have an issue. Naturally, the seats do fold down if you need more cargo space. One of my biggest complaints with hybrids is most manufacturers don't give you a spare tire. They say they do that to save weight. In reality, they do it to save money. Not a problem here. There is a spare tire under there. A good place to toss the thick owner's book, too. That covers part 1 of this video, which covers the specifications. We're going to go to part 2 and do some driving and get you the real-world fuel economy tests that you're probably looking to see. By the way, this vehicle does have adequate ground clearance for going off-road, and we will be doing so later on in this video. It also has all-wheel drive, which helps too, for better traction. While the hybrid version of the RAV has around 20 more horsepower than the non-hybrid, it also sports around 400 more pounds of massive weight because of all the batteries and motors and things. So the acceleration really isn't any quicker, but lively enough. And along with the eco mode that I never use, there's a sport mode. So let's press it. Then press the gas. Good low-end torque because of the battery. Quick enough. Decent brakes. The Toyota and Lexus engineers have done a great job of making this electric power steering feel hydraulic. Pretty good response and decent feel. I think you'll like it. The upgraded model gets larger wheels and tires, great for better handling, but lose a bit on the ride quality. Just how much? Well, let's find out. So let's take some speed bumps and see what type of impact quality we get. Around 25 miles per hour. Here comes number 1. Reasonably smooth. Number 2. Adequate. Number 3. And here comes the nasty one. Hang on. Bit of thumping from the rear, but not that bad. It passes. The RAV was never really intended for high-speed, sporty driving. For that, you go to Mazda or some of the German brands, but we have a turning circle here. Let's see what happens. Doing pretty good, not spinning out. A bit of body lean, as you would expect. There's the limit. Very impressive. These larger tires work good. I've been driving this for 4 days, put 103 miles on it. Most of my city driving, I was getting around 26 mpg, but I got lucky last night with light traffic. Overall, 28.4 mpg. A slight improvement over the last one I had. There's more coming up. If you drive where there's a lot of sun, you might notice how the vents reflect into the windshield here. Kind of annoying, but not a deal killer. Right there. But I had to mention it because I saw it. We're going to reset our computer to 0. Now we're going to take a nice highway trip, approximately 100 miles, cruising at approximately 75 miles per hour. Certainly not more, that would be illegal. And see what our fuel economy is going to be. As a rule, hybrid vehicles don't do any better in fuel economy on the freeway compared to city driving, but it's pretty cool outside today. Only 72 degrees, and hybrids work better in cool weather than hot weather. So we might get 1 or 2 mpg improvement on this highway trip. We'll know soon enough. We're coming towards the end of our trip. We're going to pull over and see what the fuel economy reading is. Here are the figures for you. 91 miles, 29.2 mpg. Slightly better than what we did in the city. Not by much, but closer to the EPA figure. No complaints. We have another fuel economy test coming up, so don't go away. Now we're going to get off pavement and do some off-roading. Like I said earlier, we got the ground clearance and traction of all-wheel drive. I need to do some checking out on our ranch here. In case you're wondering what this scoop is on the paint, it's car wax. Protects the finish in case I run up against a thorn bush, which I probably won't. In fact, that's one of the positive features of having a narrow vehicle like a RAV. You can fit in tight spaces a full-size truck or SUV never would. There is one minor gripe I have with the Toyota navigation system, which you can look at on the screen. It says the road is 300 feet to my right, and I'm driving in the bushes, which isn't true because, as you can see, the road is right here, not over 300 feet to the right. And every Toyota I've driven out here for the past several years shows this discrepancy. Don't know why. Maybe they'll fix it someday. It's not that important to me because I use paper maps. I don't depend on navigation. But that's me, maybe not you. Well, it looks like the illegal border crossers have been visiting. Even brought some furniture and chairs with them. Oh well, as long as they clean up their mess, who cares? Let's see what's in here. Well, they got good taste in beer, I'll say that. The RAV is capable of off-pavement use as long as you realize this is a car platform, not a heavy-duty truck with heavy frame. For light-duty use, it's more than adequate. My work here is done and it's starting to get dark, so we're going to head back into town, get this vehicle washed and vacuumed, and finish up this video. I hope I'm not lost. Toyota's coming to pick this up in the morning. They might not get it. And there's some weird creatures roaming around here. This creature that lost his false teeth. That's kind of scary. It's not even Halloween anymore. We're going to do one more freeway fuel economy test. Stay tuned. Our freeway trip is coming to a close. We're going to pull over and see what our fuel economy was on our return trip. Okay, we got 33.4 mpg on our return highway trip, 29.2 going there earlier. Added up, divide by 2, that gives us around 31 mpg for our freeway fuel economy test in the real world. I was pleased to see we got the 30 miles per gallon on the highway. It's claimed by the EPA window sticker. Unfortunately, we never got the 34 mpg claimed on the window sticker for around town driving, but that's okay. 20 mpg is better than the 22 mpg for the non-hybrid RAV. So if you do a lot of driving, you're going to save a lot of money on this vehicle. And the RAV hybrid is very pleasant to drive. Another bonus if you want to get one, along with Toyota quality. If you're interested in the hybrid SUV, the hybrid RAV just might be for you. Here's some links to other vehicles we've driven. Just click and watch.